Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Printing Pretzels. We're just going to grab some tools while we wait for some people to drop on in here into Printing Pretzels, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned, we got some cool stuff here. All right, we are ready to rock. Momo says we're ready to go. We got some cool things happening tonight. We got some packages over the weekend that we're ready to unbox for everyone. We're going to go through some troubleshooting because we still can't get our Frozen Arco to update to the latest firmware, so maybe we'll do that together. Maybe you guys will see something that I'm not seeing because my machine has a tendency to just sit there and want to update, but not really. So strap on in. We're going to get some pretzels tonight. We got some pretzel slims with some crab rangoon dip, a little bit of change of pace there. I don't know how we're going to manage that with everything on the table. We got our sparkling ice water, and last week we were talking about we have three of the Sunlu AMS heaters, and somebody asked us about them if we like them. We absolutely love those. I use them all the time. But we did reach out to iBoss, and they did give us that or not give us, but they did give us a heavy discount on the iBoss 4-bay heater. So that content will be coming soon. Also, we are in the middle of editing our P1S nozzle, or not nozzle, extruder breakdown, and how we upgraded to the Panda Claw and Panda extruder. That video is coming in probably in the next 24, 48 hours. And then, as you can see behind me, we've had some changes to the studio layout. We're doing some different things here, but we're testing out a few things before we do some recorded content, long form videos, to make sure that they'll work for anyone who wants to try these things at home as well. One of them is, actually, I got to put the AMS back up there, but is this bracket. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't really see it right now. Let me put the AMS back up on there. So I've been wanting to test this out for a little while now, but I needed to re-anchor the SCADA panels into the wall. But I want to put the AMS systems all up on this shelf above the printers, because say if we get more Bamboo printers, I'm not saying we're going to, I'm just saying if we do, I'd like to be able to swap them in and out, and the AMS systems stay in place. It also will make printer maintenance a lot easier. Something that I did know, Andrew Cobb. Hi, I hope you're having a good night. I am having a good night. We're gonna have, oh, well, remains to be seen, but we're gonna have a good time getting this Frozen Arco kit, Chroma Kit unboxed here. I hope you're doing well too, my friend. Um, but yeah, we got some cool things coming for the SCADA series, plural, because there are more things that we're doing there. You gotta get down, buddy. You gotta get down. I gotta get up. Yeah. Hey, hey, what are you doing? Uh, we got plenty of things like that coming, so stay tuned for plenty of content coming on the channel. So without getting too much more into it, let's get one of these pretzels out. We'll get this iBox heater out of the way for now. We'll do that unboxing on a later video. I've heard that the assembly on that is a little bit difficult. Andrew, have you got your Chroma Kit yet? David Walton, welcome to the chat. You got your Chroma Kit on Saturday, as we did. It was either Saturday, yeah, Saturday, because FedEx I don't think comes on Sunday. But we got ours on Saturday. We're gonna hey, you did get it, Andrew. So we're gonna try to get our setup here tonight. I might need your guys' rely on some of your guys' expertise on this firmware issue that I've been trying to figure out. I can't get my firmware to update quite right. So let me get this iBoss cedar out of the way. So some news in the 3D printing world that's out there recently. I saw this past week or so that Bamboo might be doing some releasing of another printer. They are putting them out quite fast lately. As far as, I'm going to cut this open. I don't see any do not cut this box logos. They're going to possibly, like we've been saying for a while now, because I feel like there's a major price gap between the P2S and the H2C/D. Like there's a giant void there that is in the market that there's only one printer that I know that multicolor doesn't have a bunch of filament waste that fills it. And that's Snapmaker. And I don't think Bamboo is just going to sit around and not try to absorb some of that market share. So I think that's coming. We've been saying that for a while on the channel now. That's some of the 3D printing news that's coming out there. Oh my goodness, this is a big box. I don't remember our AMS units coming in such a big box. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so we got a nice little thank you pamphlet for your order. Make sure you freshly format the SD card. Chroma Kit is easy to install. The conveyor needs to be tightened or the belt will slip. Works well once you get that fixed. I don't know what I'm going to do about the conveyor belt. Oh, there's some stuff in here. Actually, why I'm thinking about that, let me get that SD card. Oh, it's in my pocket already. Get that formatted. If I have any spare, I don't know if I have any spare USB ports on the computer right now. Nope. That might have to be a later thing. Because I got, well, no, I can't. Yeah, I don't have any spare USB ports. When you try to upgrade firmware, yeah, I'm gonna definitely try that because I tried to upgrade the firmware. Currently my printer's sitting at 1.63, and I tried to upgrade to 1.7 something earlier, like it's supposed to, and then 1.79, and it didn't want to go from 1.63 to anything. It just sat there updating one out of blank. Do your guys' updates take a long time? Because usually that doesn't, for all the other printers, it doesn't usually take that long. I mean, I sat there for like 30 minutes and it didn't move. So, got some spools here. I did see that some people were not happy with the spools that Frozen has been including in this kit. They do seem to be a bit different than, you know, the Bamboo, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Ah, I see what they were talking about. So there's two notches on here instead of one notch for the refills on the other thing. So I saw somebody, I think it was on the Facebook site, said that they just took the notch off the spool holder. I'm like, okay. Andrew, no, pretty quick might be the directory structure. Well, with the update, doesn't it say to have nothing on the SD card except for the update file? I thought that's what the I'm not sure how this is going to go together. I'm going to do this in a minute. Keep unboxing. The other half of the spool is the bottom of the. Oh, that would explain why I couldn't put them together. I appreciate that. Um, this looks like it's kind of heavy. Oh no, it's just the styrofoam's like stuck to it. Yay! 2 years later, we have got it. This should be everything, right? Right? Oh, something I need to ask you guys about your printers. The other half of the spool is okay. This stuff. Where the PTFE tube goes into your printer head, that little plastic piece in there that's supposed to hold the PTFE tube from coming back out. Have you had any issues with yours? Because I have mine. I had to take mine out and like bend the plastic pieces back around, and I'm not sure where I can get a replacement for that. Because let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. So when we had the issue of our, hey, there's another spools. When we had the issue of that build plate getting scraped up because, oops, that's on me. I had to reach out to Frozen. I had to have them send me a new build plate. It came from Taiwan. It came from overseas. Um, so lo and behold, I also ordered a few other parts with it. I think it wound up being like $40 or $50 at the end of the day. But I get this nice, it's either FedEx or UPS notification. I've got it for another one too. When I got the A1 mini hub, this happened too. So anyways, I got my package, no problem. Later on, I get this invoice from FedEx and UPS saying, hey, you owe us money. Why do I owe you money? Turns out that's how tariffs work. Because it went on a plane from A to Z, and when it crossed from A to Z, the tariffs. So yeah, I owe FedEx $49 and I owe UPS $19. Okay, that's weird. That's nice. So if that's gonna start happening to all these consumers out there, and it happened for the A1 Mini Hub because I thought I ordered it for California, but turns out, haha, jokes on me. CA is actually for Canada and not California. So yeah, that's why that happened. But long story short, if you have to order parts from Frozen, I am not sure. It happened to me. You might get hit with tariffs. So be prepared for that. The other half of the spool at the bottom. Nope, but that gets removed with the Chroma Kit. It does get removed with the Chroma Kit. Thank goodness, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I appreciate that, Andrew. Okay, we got all our spools. We're going to put these spools together first. What did I do with all those circle pieces? I know I took them out. Perks of having ADHD, guys. If it's... Oh, no, I don't need them. Okay, do these have the handy dandy little arrows on them to help you align them? No, but I got it. There's one. So that's my story that I wanted to tell you guys. So if you gotta get parts, just be prepared. Whatever tariff's going on, you won't get hit from Frozen. You won't get hit from whatever company. You'll get hit from FedEx and UPS or whichever, yeah, or the post office. And on the little invoice, I can't remember if it was FedEx or UPS. They said that they'll hold packages unless you pay them, because they pay it for you ahead of time so that you can get your package. But if you don't pay that, other packages in the future may not get delivered on time. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. So, and then I get to watch the FedEx guy kick my A1 box down the street. So, shout out to you, FedEx guy, if you if you're taking care of our printers. I had a bill plate come from them, but it was from contacting support. No additional fees. Okay. So I'm wondering if those fees are coming because I also got the air purification kit that they're sending me. So I'm like, if these companies are going to send me these things and I got to pay tariffs on top of it, that's not nice. So here's the directions. So that's my rant on tariffs. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on that. Schools are together. Probably shouldn't leave those there though. I will say this new setup we're trying out here does not work with the A1 at all with that new AMS hub because that spring for the AMS hub for the A1 has got to be in the vertical position. If it's in the down position, it can't spring back up. So I was fighting that all day, and I was like, is there a better way to do this? And nope. So I got the AMS unit underneath it until I can figure out a way to wire the tubing to fix it. But just a note, if you guys are trying to change the orientation of your AMS hub for the A1, I haven't figured out any way to get that spring to not gravity feed, but I know technically there is a workaround if you use the hubs that you get with the P1 or the X series, like the original hub, not the 4-port one. Okay, so now let's get into this thing. Whoa. Checking the comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, let's make sure I'm not gonna cut anything I'm not supposed to here. As if it's live, I can't undo it. I don't see any. Yeah, it looks like the bag opening is like right here where this tape is. So I'm just gonna cut the tape right here. Nice and gentle. And I say all these companies that are sending me things like I'm a 3 million subscriber channel. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. I'm actually really excited for that P1S extruder video. I was doing the editing on that and I didn't realize just how to give you guys a sneak peek to just how much dust will actually come out of that extruder once you use that Panda claw because it opens everything up and I couldn't believe you can actually see it on the footage. It's like a dust cloud for the filament. There you go, Momo. Have some play stuff. All right. I know you're getting the filter. FYI, there's an adapter for the hose. I know they're sending me the adapter. They are sending me the magnetic one to put on the back. I was so excited to see that. So I I have a port up here in the ceiling somewhere over here that I'm gonna hook it to. I'll probably wind up sliding these down because they're also sending me the enclosure too. And I'll probably apparently this enclosure is huge. I believe they advertise that you could fit 2 Frozen Arcos in it. I'm like, well, that's a rather big enclosure. So I think I might have to build something down over here to make that happen. But I might put the bed slinger printers in there with their own camera in there so that we can do this live stream. And then in a separate area here in the studio, I'm working on getting an area set up for all our single color printers. Um, okay. I don't know if you guys have saw the Frozen. If you look on their YouTube page, they just released a short on the air purifier and how effective it is. They set off a smoke bomb inside of a little enclosure around the air purifier, and it sucked it all up. That's pretty impressive. Well, that's neat. Okay. The tabs go to the side. That it, so if there's ever like an update to this lid, it won't be like the other ones where it's obsolete. You might still be able to lock it if they do the tabs. That's nice. Okay, we got some foam. am guessing that this is the conveyor belt. I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't. Like, it sounds cool, uh, but is it cool? We'll find out. We got some tape in here holding things down. All right, so we got some extruder wheels in here. Looks like a standard AMS system. Okay, okay. Ugh. And I got some serious tape on here. Oh, the connection cable is different. It's not a 4-pin connector. I'm gonna lay this stuff out in the front so that way I know where it's at. I was all excited about what? Oh, that confused me. It's the non-US plug. Self-tapping screw. Okay. Oh, okay. I was wondering if I were gonna get any more of these clips for the retaining clips. That's nice. I could probably 3D print some, but it's nice that they're in here. So there's their 4-to-1 adapter wrench set. I need to find something that I can put all these into that I've gathered over the years with all the stuff we've conglomerated with. And we got our US plug. Leave that there. Another manual. Safety instructions. Okay. Oh, let's switch spots for these. Hey, my sticker's not on there right. It's kind of like cockeyed. Interesting. Yep. So I don't know who was saying before, but that little acrylic piece up there, I'm guessing that's where those AMS tubes are going to go into. All right. So and that's how much this synthetic carbon rattles. Rattleable spools right up the top. No, Riley, I wasn't blaming it on you, buddy. All right, so make sure there's nothing left in this. Yeah, I was excited for this because I got this Eagle file that I want to print off as big as I possibly can for some of the art shows that I want to do. But I don't know if I'll get to it tonight if I can't get USB port access here on my computer. I might have to take the Phrozen Arco cam and unplug it real quick. Make sure I unplug the right camera. Okay, this one. There we go. I'll plug that back in if I need to later. So this is the handy dandy conveyor belt system. Interesting. I bet that's what all those pins were for. Huh. Nothing left on there. Okay. Wonder why they chose red and blue. Would have thought they would have wanted to done red and or orange and black. Okay. Interesting. Set those there. I get another bite of pretzels here. Yep, take the acrylic piece off. I'm gonna do that right now as I get a bite of crab rangoon. Oh, nope, not that one. I gotta make sure I close this dip back up. I got little scavengers around here. So we'll walk through or together, we'll walk through that update process so that others after us, wrong one again, can do the same thing. Because if I'm having the problem, I can't imagine I'm the only one. Maybe I am, but that way it's out there in the wild. I still haven't heard my chamber heater or chamber fan turn on either. It's a little interesting. Maybe it's because I haven't updated in forever. I can't. All right, so that's off there. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'll put this USB in here. Maybe. There we go. I will share my screen. Oh, so I can show you all. And I'll try to keep an eye on the comments. It's hard with just the one computer. I'm working on getting a display to have it on another that I can see you guys on another monitor. I need to do screen capture, hide my camera. So for my Frozen Arco little micro USB here, it's USB drive D, and this is what Frozen said to do. This is this was supposed to be the Frozen Developer A, the 1.79. Um, so I'm going to delete this, and then as someone suggested, I'm going to format it. Catch you guys here on the screen here. You'll see yourselves again, sorry. Chamber fans come on, but you have to tell the printer what you are printing from one menu. Okay. All right, I'm going to minimize this again. Format is complete. Now we're going to go to Frozen's website. Frozen Arco. Actually, I'm just going to type it into Google because it came up easier that way. Frozen Arco firmware update. And this is where I went earlier. Let me check the chat again here. You guys are in this tab. Also, it's firmware based. Never need the newer firmware. Yep, that's what we're working on right now. So here's the update guide. We just did the FAT32. I'm using the USB that they provided, which is the correct size. Uh, so my current firmware is this one, so we got to go to 1.7.7 first. So there was only there it is. I'm gonna open this up in a new tab so we can see it. I gotta go to 1.7.7. And they want you to format the USB drive every time. Okay. I wonder if that's what I was doing wrong then. So here it is. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna export it. You see I can do it earlier. And then extract all. And then I'm just gonna put it in downloads. Then select folder, extract. All right, so now I'm gonna go to their update guide. After extracting the zip file, you will find a folder named frozen_dev. Copy this folder into the clean USB drive. So that's what we're gonna do. Maybe. So inside here, there should be the frozen_dev. Yep, there's stuff in it. So we're gonna copy this, and we should be able to put it into here and paste, and then eject it so it doesn't corrupt, and then put it in the printer, and it should update. So I was gonna have another camera for you guys to be able to view this, but I don't have enough USB ports on the computer to do that. All that. Sorry. So I'm gonna put it in the printer here, and it's in there. I'm gonna go to update. It says system update, new version is detected. I will click update. Now it's on the screen. It says system update 1/2. And now that this is not plugged in there, maybe I can get you guys back onto that so you can see exactly. And I know you're on screen share still, sorry. I will get you off of that. Get you off screen share right now. You're just looking at what I've been printing. uh, there we go. Screen capture off. So, and then there we go. I think I can turn, okay, so I'm gonna stretch this to here. So I'm gonna try to get this camera so where you can see, that's not the screen it is, so I gotta refresh this camera. Nope, not that camera. Yeah, that camera. So I'm gonna adjust it so you guys can see. I'm gonna lower it. That's the screen it just sits on, and I'm not sure why. I gotta, this box. What are your guys' thoughts? Oh, it's cool. It's actually right center of the screen. After watching that process, what are your thoughts? Am I doing something wrong? Also, this is the first printer I've ever had that the updates aren't sent wirelessly from the company. Oh, this is new. Try rebooting. All right, I'm gonna reboot now. It actually lines up in the frame quite well. Also, with these pretzel slims and I would highly recommend this crab rangoon dip. It's like perfect. Uh, I got it from Aldi. I think you can get it from Walmart too. Something about the 1.77 firmware that was tricky. Yeah, I haven't been able to get past it. And I want to because I want to see if it'll fix that filament runout sensor error. See, it says update complete, but it's not really. Because I'll show you here in just a second. I'll click OK. Turn the light on. I go into information, printer info. Here we are, still sitting 1.63. Andrew, you said, or David, you said try rebooting the printer and it will run the update too. What do you mean by rebooting the printer? Did I do it the way I was supposed to? Because I'm kind of confused. I'm like, I don't. The only thing I could think I could do differently is if I go into, you guys won't be able to see this. If I go into the actual file that they want me to copy over, there's another, oh, I don't have it down here anymore. It's right, it's on the USB stick. But there's another file that says embedded within it. All right, I'll try doing it again. We'll cycle it again. Try flashing the 1.63 firmware first. Found someone on Facebook that worked for them. All right, I might have to do that. We'll see with shutting this off and turning it back on. Fingers crossed if this works, we don't have to do anything harder. I'm really surprised that, okay, system update. New version been detected. You want to update? I'm going to click yes. Hopefully it goes. Uh-oh. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good at all. How long do you guys think I should wait before trying plan B? Okay. When you said flash the firmware, what do you exactly mean by that? You mean like re-downloading the firmware and trying to reinstall it? Excuse me. That didn't go down right. All right, so I'm gonna try something different. Yes, the 1.63. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I figured. So instead of, I gotta unplug that camera again for a second, guys. You're gonna see pulled out of nothing for a minute. I gotta plug this back in. So we're gonna flash that or format that hard drive again. Let's format this hard drive. Okay. Format is complete. Excuse me. We're gonna try downloading the 1.63 again from the Frozen website. All right, 1.63 is downloaded. Extract all to the downloads folder. We're gonna go into there, take the frozen dev folder out of there, put it onto the USB drive, and eject the folder. Or not the folder, but the USB. Okay, now we're removing that. I will plug that camera back in so you guys can see before I get started. One of these days I'll get a USB hub. Get that turned back on for you guys. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna plug this USB back in and then I'll power the printer on to see if it'll like catch the firmware. I don't know, maybe it's like missing some firmware from that first one. I don't know. Do any of you guys have this printer in the H2 series from Bamboo? I'm curious on which printer is bigger. Okay, that's new. I'll click the OK button before I hit the restart, but I didn't update, but sure. Restart the printer. Oh, if you guys are getting the U1, BQ is now accepting pre-orders for the uh, frostbite plates for the U1. I already got mine ordered. I want it as soon as possible because I saw that there are some bed adhesion issues, and with those plates, I have not had any adhesion issues with my printers. Or if it's updating on startup. Me too. I don't know. Uh, we'll see if if it updates on startup. If that's the case, maybe I try to update to the 1.7, 1.77 through the startup process. Okay, new version's been detected. Not sure how it's a new version because it's technically the same version, but we'll hit the update button. Let's see what happens. Ugh. I never knew that I wanted to see a green bar in my life so bad. Another video that I'm going to be doing is replacing the hall section on one of my AMS units because it's going bad. I don't know. This is weird. I should have started by now. I'm gonna try turning it off and Oh boy. This is what I was afraid of. So let's do this. So I can have it. I don't have to bend over and get it every time. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should try skipping 177? Going to 179? I don't know what to do here. Hey, Momo. It does say open the USB to confirm the folder structure is correct. So I gotta zoom into this. Maybe for some reason my folder structure is not correct. So I don't know if I have another USB stick to try. Actually, maybe I do. Let me check. No, that might be a trip to Walmart or Meijer, whichever it could be. Yeah, I actually don't have another USB stick to try. Yeah, I see where they say it's so I'm looking at what they say. After extracting the zip file, you will find a folder named Frozen underscore dev. Copy this folder into a US. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. So let me show you guys. I'll get that screen share going again real quick here. Hypothesis. Okay, screen capture. Oops. Turn the webcam off and minimize this. So what I think is happening here, if we look at this folder structure here, it's got these in here and there's not anything else. There's no zip files or anything. So when I go into mine, if it'll let me here, we'll go up here. There's Frozen Dev, and we go into the folder. All right, so none of this looks right. So what I'm guessing here is this is the actual folder that needs to be zipped. Browse. We're gonna go, I'm gonna put this on a desktop just so I know it's different. Hey, that needs to get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, I got a folder name stuff. We're gonna extract that. That doesn't look any better, but we'll try that. So I'm gonna copy this. Oops, not the name, but copy that folder. And then we're gonna format this drive again. Make sure you guys aren't saying anything. That's what that's what I figured. The structure didn't look right from what they were picturing. Let's open that back up. Go back to paste that into it. Don't know why there's 120 items in there, but okay, that looks a little bit different. Okay. So now I'm going to eject it and pray that this works. And I think this is the 1.63 update to try. Still powered off. I'll get you guys connected so you can see what's going on with the frozen screen before I power it back on. Get you off screen share. Cam, frozen cam. I actually have to reconnect that camera. Close that out. Turn that camera back on for you, and then I'm gonna power the printer back on. Hopefully that's just for an update. If this works, that means you got to go into the frozen_dev folder that's inside the frozen_dev folder. Or at least I do. It's taking a little while to boot up this time. I don't know, guys. You think I might have done it? Oh, we've seen this screen before. Oh, my print's done. Gesture. Okay, we're still on 1.63. I think that's what the thing is still in there for the USB file. Curious what we've been printing while we're just hanging around here. I went to an art fair this past weekend, and one of the popular items that was there that I had at our booth for teachers, it was these little jellyfish articulated things. You can put them on your finger, and they're silent, so they're not like loud in the classrooms. Kids can fidget with them, and they're not like that. The whole reason why the teachers wanted them is because they weren't loud. All right, we're starting back up again. Here we go. Whoa. Okay. I don't remember what the update number was. I think I went back to the 1.63. So for info. Okay, we're at 1.63 now. Now we're gonna try that same thing to get to 1.7. David or Andrew says the folder structure is different on 1.79, much more straightforward. Man, I hope so, because that was a mess. Okay, gotta unplug the camera again, sorry. Note to self, buy a USB hub. Okay. Minimize that camera. We're gonna go back to, we're gonna format this hard drive while we're doing this. Format, start, okay. I'm gonna turn the printer off. Format's complete. Now we're gonna go to 177 and get that file again. Extract all, browse. We're going to do this at the desktop again. I'm going to copy that folder over to the USB drive again. 85 items to transport this time. Okay, now we'll eject that to make sure we don't corrupt it. I'll get you guys plugged back into there so you can see what's going on. Now, if we did this right, or if I did this right, when I plug this back in and turn it back on, it should say, hey, there's a new update. Do you want to go to it? Maybe. I don't know. That's pure speculation. Again, I don't know why Frozen decided to not do wireless update pushes from their home office, like Elegoo and Bamboo do. I don't know. It's a lot more work on the user part. Oh, you want to know where I got the jellyfish from? Hold on. Got it from Maker World. She'll love that jellyfish file. All right, incoming link into the chat. Probably didn't want to rely on server somewhere. That makes sense. Let me get off of this so you guys can see. Okay, so it did not say that upon update or startup. So let's see what happens when I go into here in the settings, update. Update failed. That's not what I want to see. What the heck? Well, that's disheartening. Hmm. 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 Try again. It would make me sad if it was the USB stick because it's the one that Frozen gave us and it's not that old. I'm gonna try something different. I think. I don't know. So if it wasn't that file structure, let's see what the file structure was supposed to be. Supposed to have the frozen underscore dev file printer. See it. Okay. This is much more difficult than I would like it to be. I'd just like to be printing with my Chroma Kit. Okay. I already have the 1.77 downloaded, so we'll just use that. Trying to see why my file structure looks so different. The only thing that really looks different, from I can tell, on this 1.77 one is we got Arco, Frozen, printer. And this one says Arco, Frozen, printer. Okay, so I'm just going to try this one more time. I'm going to copy this folder to the flash drive. And when I click on the folder in the flash drive, it shows the printer structure that's supposed to be there. So we eject it. I'm going to remove it. Try this one more time. I want the printer to be off when I put this in there. Turn the printer back on. Plug your guys' camera back in. Hmm. Get your camera started back up here. Hoping with I turn this on and it boots up to the home screen, it automatically says, "Hey, there's an update. Do you want to do it?" Oh, okay. That makes me a little happy. Maybe we're on the right track here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Uh-oh. Maybe I need to send this live stream over to Frozen and be like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" You think it'll take that long? Okay, let's hang out. I got another 45 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but is there more I can do with the Chroma Kit while I'm waiting? Maybe we can get it all manually hooked up and ready to go. David, I like that. We're supposed to get out your green Sharpie and draw on the progress line. That was funny. No, I'm supposed to use a dry erase marker and then erase it once it gets halfway. That's what I feel like right now. Now, Andrew, one of those files, or one of the three profiles that are in there, they have a big one. It's like that long. The jellyfish part top is still really small, but the tentacles are just, it looks like dreadlocks. That's kind of cool. There's also an octopus file that I'll see if I can get out to you guys um, on our next live stream. I have to find it. Well, let's see if I can't build the chroma kit a little bit more than while we're waiting. This thing. It's this second bay. The hall sensor is going bad in it. It's having a rough time. All right, let's put this jellyfish in its home over here. And then see if we can't get some more of this chroma kit built out. Yeah, it's so if you don't have one of the BQ plates, the frostbite plates, highly, highly, highly recommend putting hairspray on your build plate or some sort of adhesive because those little tiny things don't like to stick at sometimes. Even with my frostbite ones, I still, if I'm doing a non-enclosed printer, like the A1 or A1 Mini, I still put on uh, hairspray just to get that adhesion. You might be able to use their slower profile on that, or slower print profile for the first layer. If you wonder what I'm printing on this one, it's a LED Thor hammer that I modified to be translucent for the logo for Green Bay. No, I'm not a Green Bay fan. This is for a customer. I modified this thing heavily in order to get LEDs to go inside of it. If you remember, if you were here a few weeks back, or maybe a month or two back now, I had the Lions one up there. It was a big hit. Worst case, reboot without the USB and then plug it in, try it from the menu. Maybe it was how we had to get 1.77 was on. Yeah, I had it. I got to 1.77 at one point, and then for some reason I had to go backwards. It was so frustrating. All right, power it down, power back up. Well, we'll get there. Okay, let's see. I'm interested to get this hooked up. They give us a thank you thing like they did the other one, which was nice of them. After sales service and warranty. And nothing else in there. Okay. I mean, I guess I can at least get it all hooked up, right? I don't speak whatever language that is. This is the language I speak. I like it. Okay. You know, for people like me, I need like a one by one, the numero uno. Might not have enough free space. Well, let's see. I'm gonna say no to that. I'm gonna go into the menu, update, update. I'm gonna see if that. I'm gonna see how much file space that does take up, I guess. Desktop properties. That file folder only says 16.5 megabytes, so I wouldn't think it's too big. Hmm. Weird. Oh, on the printer. On the printer. Well, let's go into Clipper and find out. I don't think so. I think I have like two files on there, but maybe not. That is a good point. I could check it out. I said go into Clipper. I meant Orca Slicer. But as that's loading up. All right. So first, insert the PTFE tube into the filament outlet. Pull the PTFE tube to ensure it's securely locked. Okay. So we'll set this up here for now. They want me to open this. We're going to go into the device. Not going. It's not going. I'll just let it go for a while. If it's not done by the time I set this thing up, I definitely know it's not going the right way. So we want us to set these 4 tubes. I'm guessing this is probably stuff that goes into the printer. Into these 4 slots in the back. I still can't believe this thing's finally actually here. That's nice. 1, 2. Actually, I'm gonna slide this clip off of here because it's. I still can't believe that thing's not going. So I can redo this clip in a second. Oh, oh, I've got 2 inches of clearance between the top of the printer and the ceiling. It barely can open it. Oh, and it's got its own power. Yikes. Doesn't draw power from the machine. Okay, that's good to know. Got another print I can share with you guys. That if you like fidget stuff, you can find this one over at Things. Let me get this out of your way real quick. Another one that was popular. I part of his Things membership. Reuven Balls. It's this slime fidget ball thing. I don't know if you guys can really see on the camera or not, but it's got like it's weird. This is another popular one with parents and kids. Not so much teachers on this one because this one's kind of loud. It's got a very unique sound to it. And if you have kids with autism, they may either like the sound or very strongly dislike the sound. But it's such a really cool file to just, it's like playing with a Slinky but better. You probably could hear that on the microphone, I bet. All right, step 2. This thing still isn't gone yet. Hey, I don't know, maybe I should just leave it overnight. Step 2. Place the Chroma Kit on top of the Penta shield with these following steps. Use 2mm hex middle acrylic plate. Did that already. Carefully store the plate and screws for future use. For future use? What are we? Okay. Position the Chroma Kit as forward as possible to allow the PTFE tubes to pass through. Okay, so this has got to go through there. All right. These got to put that little clip back on there before I lose it. I'm assuming those go through there. Okay. We did that. Those are in there. You guys can't see because of the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off so you guys can watch me set this up pretty much. Okay. We did that. Okay, I actually get to remove the piece that I've been frustrated with for so long. Come on, little screen, you can go move. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay, so they want me to remove the PTFE tube clip and the PTFE tube and that little plastic piece that I just figured out how to get back in today. Goodbye, my nemesis. Okay. PTFE tube has been removed. Old PTFE tube. Then they want us to do after routing the PTFE tube in an S-shaped path, allow a 4 cable as a so the gray arrow's got to face forward. Okay. And that goes into. Oh, I see what's going on here. 2 M316 round screws. M3. So what's the extra screw for in case we gotta lose one? Because I'm good at that. I don't know, what do you think, guys? My my only other option I think would be to get another USB drive. We are still on system update 1 of 2. It's paused again. It's always that one. Okay. I think the printer's not emotionally ready for the Chroma Kit, so it's resisting the update. Dada will go, yeah, I know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We're gonna take the USB stick out, turn the power off, and question our life choices. No, I'm just kidding. Try this one more time. I thought I saw somewhere where it didn't matter, like after a certain point that you can skip updates, but I'm sure I need to do them the proper way. I'm trying to format the hard drive again, or the hard drive, the flash drive again. USB drive, sorry. Firmware. Is there a way to factory reset it? Maybe start from the beginning. Wait for that to boot up, I guess. Good point. Let me let it boot up, and then I'll screen share with the fluid interface. Alright, the fluid interface is up. Use screen capture so you guys can see. So these are the files that I have on there right now. There's not many, but I can delete them just to see. Delete these files just in case for some reason they're causing an issue. That's the USB drive. There's the files that are in there. Configurations. What you guys say for, I'm not sure where it says that there's, there it is. It's got 1.4 gigabytes free. Now the question is, I don't want to delete anything I'm going to need. That should be enough space though, shouldn't it? I would think that's enough space. What's the indicator say on the front of the screen? Let's see. Update complete. Please restart your printer. Okay, we'll restart the printer. I don't think it's going to actually update, but maybe, who knows. Yeah, I would think that like over a gigabyte of space would be plenty. Um, Let me see if I can't. I'm going to delete all the folders. There's no confusion of what is where. Nothing's in the USB drive. I'll format it again. I'm going to make sure I read very, very carefully on the website to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Should be the Frozen Arco, Frozen PF. Arco FDM firmware update status. Prepare USB. Format the USB. Download firmware. Save firmware to USB. Insert USB into the printer. Wait 5 to 6 seconds until you see USB icon appear in the top right hand corner, indicating the printer has successfully detected USB. Go to settings on menu, printer, and select update. Complete update. That's what I've been doing. How weird. We'll download it again. Oops. Just to make sure I'm doing it right. Extract all. Extract. Frozen dev, we need to copy that over to the USB drive. Paste. The file size on the USB drive is 16.5 megabytes. So it should not be too big. Okay. Moving the USB drive for the 15th time. I'm gonna turn you guys' camera back on so you can see what I'm doing. Move it back into view here. Hopefully that's close enough. I'll check in a second for you guys. I'm gonna plug this in back in here. I check to make sure you can see the screen properly. Oh yeah, sort of a little bright, but yeah, I think I do need to go to scorched earth. Do you have a link to that factory reset option, Andrew? God, I don't want to have to do that, but you know, bare bones is bare bones. Gotta do what we gotta do. All right. So it shows USB option. Go into the printer info. Okay, we're still at 1.63. Settings, update, update. We've seen this screen before. Oh, oh my word. I think this is probably my biggest complaint about this printer is the fact that the updates suck. If I ever get a version that the updates work perfectly on, I'm never switching. I'm ever. See what you got some comments. I was wondering about that factory reset option earlier. Let's see if we can find it. Restart this printer here. Ah, this we got this guy that's just not wanting to retract properly. Good evening, printed trucker. You're just in time to see all of our struggles with this Frozen Arco. If you're just now joining us, we've been troubleshooting this Frozen Arco for about, I don't know, an hour or so. Let's see here. We're going to go Frozen Arco factory reset. Factory reset, use the printer's touchscreen settings, systems, restore factory setting. Ay, 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 ay. Uh-oh. Are we gonna have to do that? Are we gonna have to do that? We're gonna have to do that. All right, I'm pulling the trigger on this one, guys. That means we gotta go all the way back to 1.63. Yikes. According to Google's AI, it's use the printer's touchscreen menu, settings, systems, restore to factory settings. Well, we're waiting for that. Let me download the 1.63 firmware. Yikes. Nothing like going back to the beginning. Who knows? In 17 minutes, you'll be able to see that giant jellyfish. Let's see what's going on with that. Should be done by then. Well, yeah, update. I don't believe you, printer. I don't believe you. Nope. Okay, so it says, I'm going to remove the USB before I do this. Settings, system, restore to factory settings. I can't believe we have to do this. Yikes. Oh, while we're going for that. Oh, I gotta select my language now. English. Yep, I removed those a long time ago. Okay. Well, I don't like that sound. Well, that was not a very nice sound. Why did it do that? I didn't like that. Why were you doing that, Mr. Printer? I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Like I kept trying to go up. Weird. Oh, kept trying to go up, but it couldn't go up. I'm not sure why. Nothing blocking it. Let me turn the lights on so I can see in there. I'm gonna check the comments to make sure you guys. What do you guys think? It's expecting the gantry to be at the bottom. All right, I'll move it all the way down there and then factory reset it. That makes sense. We'll move it all the way down to the bottom. That's a long way to go down. That's strange. Very strange. But imagine if it's we'll try the factory reset here again in a second. Note to self, guys, if you try to factory reset, make sure the gantry is all the way at the bottom. Okay, all the way at the bottom. Try that factory reset again. System. Restore to factory settings. Restore. I'm going to take the Chroma Kit's PTFE tubes out of there just for now. They're not causing any extra unneeded hangups. All right, select our language and see what happens. Hopefully we don't English. Yep, out of there. Raise the axis. Gotta cover you up, guys. Sorry. Can't know my password. Okay. Assuming I put it in right. But hey, maybe you can give me a palm rating and let me know my future. I didn't know the Panda had his own Wi-Fi. No, I don't want to print the benchy. Yes, I want to skip the test print. Okay, now it's gonna do its own things, I guess. Well, while we're doing that, let's see if we can get any further on this Chroma Kit installation. I installed that piece, removed that one thing. No, I literally can't do anything else because it's all done. I just connect the PTFE2s in a S-shaped manner and that's it. Interesting. Unless you guys see that if I missed anything, I guess I can take this off there for now. That's wild. So I guess we'll wait for it to go through this stuff. And then if I can't get my firmware to update, I guess I'll send this 2-hour live stream to Frozen and say, hey, I can't figure it out, can you? I am excited for the multicolor. I just would have thought, oh, is it done doing its stuff? No, it can't be. No, it takes a minute to do the calibrations. Oh, 8 more minutes on that jellyfish. I keep all these parts in a bag together. So the conveyor belt only brings the poop out to the side. It doesn't. Oh my goodness. It's expecting to get you the power cord. Yes, I do need to put the power cord on there. Or are you saying printer? No, you were saying printer power cord. Or this thing. I appreciate that catch. I'm super excited for that air purifier to get here. think that's going to be a mega hit. Mega. Along with the enclosure. Yeah, I got like 2 inches of clearance, and those shelves are a little bit lower, so that's good. Now, didn't I have to install that piece to the top for the spools? Didn't we have to install this thing somewhere after I removed the supports off of it? That have been on there for weeks. 2 screws included? Okay. The conveyor belt, I mean, it'll be useful for me because I can always have it conveyor over to a slot in the wood down to the poop stuff, but eventually maybe I'll have enough of the multicolored printers that don't really have purge waste. That would be ideal. And I'll have this in its own purge waste system. Man, that's putting out some frequency. Gotta grab some fires here real quick. These supports don't want to come off there very well. I think we printed this, what, 2 months ago now? Waiting in anticipation, and now that it's here, we can't even use it. I hope you guys, when you install yours, you get a little bit more better luck than I have. I think most of you are past that 1.7 update, so you should be just fine. There's 4 rods that go in it. Oh, for the conveyor belt? Yeah, I guess we can assemble that next. All those supports are out of there now. 8 rods. Oh my goodness. I'll have to look and see how this installs in a little while. That lid closes kind of tough or fast. Oh, I see. It's these screws. Get all the trash picked up here. I'm not throwing any screws away by accident. Oh, in the spool holder? Rods? Huh. I'll have to watch the assembly video to see where the rods go. I'm wondering if they must go in these slots. They probably go in there so they rotate. That's fixed. From the end. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. We'll go through there. So I'll set these inside there. Get some of this stuff picked up real quick. We can put this stuff over here. So this is the power cord. Where does this plug into at? This thing? Hmm. Definitely doesn't plug into the back of the printer or the kit. The conveyor plugs into the. That's an awful short cord. How does it plug into? Um. So it comes off of. That's a. Really? I mean, yeah, I guess it. I guess it does. Huh? Okay. Okay. These must be like some side guardrails that you put on here to keep things from falling off the conveyor kit. Make sure I save all those together. It's all the kits together. I want directions for that. These are all screws for this. I think we got good news. I think the jellyfish is done. Show you guys that thing. What's this thing doing? Going through its calibrations. Well, this will be satisfying, at least at the end of the day. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not. That's the jellyfish, the biggest one you can print. Well, I mean, biggest one you can print on the P1S. But this will be satisfying to take off of here. Watch this. I don't know if you can hear that cracking or not, but it's fun. Told you, man. It's like dreadlocks. This thing's cool. The tentacles are so long on this thing. They're all articulated. It's a really cool file. Put that back in there. I think that took 8 hours to print just because of how intricate the tentacles are. Well, I think I'm going to send this off to Frozen and say, hey, what am I doing wrong? Our little community over here is trying to troubleshoot this firmware that we got going on, and what can we be doing better? Because I don't know. So, all right, we're done now. We'll try one last time. One very, very, very last time to do this oh so-called firmware update since we restored to factory settings. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. And just in case it is the USB drive, I will order another one to see if that's what's causing the issue. It's detecting it, so I wouldn't think it is, but maybe, I don't know. All right, so excuse me. We're gonna copy this over to the USB drive. Sorry if you guys heard me sneeze. That's probably pretty loud. And we're gonna eject our USB drive. Plugged it in. Wait for that little USB indicator saying it reads it. There it is. We're gonna go to our little cog. Actually, let's see what update. So right now we're on 1.63. And we're gonna go to our update. And we're gonna once that update failed. Why? Ugh. Try this again. All right, we'll eject it. Appreciate you guys bearing with me here. Safe to remove. Wait for the USB indicator. There it is. Setting, update, update. And away it goes. I wish. But thank you guys for joining the live stream tonight. I appreciate the patience and the guidance on this. I think I'm going to reach out, like I said, to Frozen and see what their guidance is on this, because clearly we've tried multiple different ways, including the way that's specifically on the website, to get this to upload in the firmware to the machine so we can use our Chroma Kit. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully by next week I either have a solution or we're we have a solution and we're up and running. So keep tuned. Keep tuned for our content that we got coming out for our P1S for the extruder coming out. So until next time, be glorious.